Today's prediction, we'll get started out in Nevada and then move eastward. So in Nevada, I'm going to start with a lean blue rating for that state. Trump did win this state in 2024. He wasn't able to win it in 2016 though, which is kind of interesting. But in 2024, the state cast their electoral college votes to Trump, the Republican. The state also has a Republican governor, but Democrats are optimistic this November will be the possibility to try to have that governor lose his reelection bid. Democrats are well positioned for that. But as far as 2028 goes, between these two candidates, I think that the Democrat Pete Buttigieg would be able to win this state by a narrow margin, still a swing state, but within a lean margin. And then we're going to head over to the state of Arizona. The state I do think will be narrower. The state Biden was able to win it in 2020. Biden won both Arizona and Georgia, two very competitive swing states that used to be further Republican. Those two states have gone further and further to the left. But as far as Arizona goes, I think that would be a Buttigieg victory. Buttigieg is a fairly strong candidate. He's appeared on Fox News on a couple of occasions to try to appeal to Republicans as well as independents and whatnot. And his moderate appeal, I think, would play well throughout the swing states, especially in the Rust Belt. And J.D. Vance, he's from the Rust Belt. He is winning his home state of Ohio by a likely margin. I did change Iowa and Texas. I think those two would probably go from likely to lean. If Pete Buttigieg were the Democratic nominee, I think he'd be able to cut into the margin there in those two states. So that's going to be the call there. And then we're going to go to the other half of the Sun Belt, starting out with Georgia. Talked a little bit about it earlier. Georgia went blue in 2020 when it voted for Biden. The state also kind of shocked the nation by electing two Democratic senators, and one of them is up for re-election this November in 2026, Jon Ossoff. He is in a good position to win his re-election bid, so I think the Senate race will go blue. But I think if the election were to be called today between these two candidates, that Pete Buttigieg would narrowly win the state of Georgia. And then the first bit of good news for the Vance campaign is coming in the state of North Carolina. The state generally votes red on the presidential level. It's been quite a while, if I remember correctly, since 2008, since the state has voted blue on the presidential level. On the gubernatorial and Senate level, things have been a bit different. It's looking like North Carolina will elect a past Democratic governor to the U.S. Senate this November. But for the presidential race, I think the state's general tilt towards the right will come into full display and ultimately end up voting for J.D. Vance. Really, this state could go either way. I was on the fence both ways, but for now, that's going to be 16 votes in the J.D. Vance column, 258 to 235. I think, and then there were three. We have the Rust Belt. I'll do the district in the Omaha region first. This one even went to Harris, so not too surprising that it would vote blue again. That was not a good election year for Democrats. And I think if they can win it then, they can win it. They can win it in this hypothetical situation. And then I think J.D. Vance's best hope probably comes with the state of Pennsylvania. I think that Pete Buttigieg's best hope probably comes with Michigan and Wisconsin, possibly in that order. Could be Wisconsin and Michigan. But I'm going to put those two in the lean blue column. That brings him to 284. It crosses the 270 line. And then, like I said, Pete Buttigieg it'll be a narrower race. But at the end of the day, I think it will still be, if both Wisconsin and Michigan are voting blue, I think Pennsylvania will, but most likely by a smaller margin. So that is going to be the final tally, 303 to 235. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.